Welcome to Landria on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Alright, so we're going to July of 2018. The craziness is still going on. Like, seriously? Both my mics stopped, my computer totally got fried. The list goes on and on, but nothing is stopping me from enjoying my life. You gotta remember, stuff wears out. Places aren't good for you anymore to be in. Relationships aren't good for you to be in. Jobs aren't working anymore. We resist change. We want to go into this place and have it work, and if it's not working anymore, we hang on to it, and that's not good. It's not good. That's not expansion. Expansion is letting go. So much going on. I want to talk today about that, wanting things to be a certain way and wanting things for you. You know, the desires and your ability to manifest versus where that's coming from and what's really healthy and good for you. Now, yes, you can manifest anything. However, I want you to remember something. You still have a predetermined mission that you put into place before you came here. So if you weren't meant to do something in advance, it's probably not going to happen. Now, you can change your mind along the way. You can change that contract. But things are not going to unfold the way they should. I mean, things are not going to flow. We don't have those answers. So just remember, there may be something in your predetermined agreement to work out here. And so the universe is going to keep pushing you to that because that's what you came here for, and you forgot that. Because if you knew what it was, none of this would make sense. It'd be like, hey, you and I are supposed to, get together and break up. So let's just not even get together. You know, do you understand how this works? It's very complicated and simple at the same time. So here's why I'm sharing this with you, because I want you to remember that, first of all, none of us has all the answers. Not even the Dalai Lama really knows everything, and often says, I don't know. Because as human beings, we don't have those answers. Even those who are in the higher realms don't always have all the answers because things are above them at some point. You know, I mean, let's say you're a higher being. There are things that they don't fully understand or know. They don't need to. So we always want answers. We want to know, how is this going to unfold? I need security. That's the ego saying, I need things to be a certain way because if I get that, I'm going to be happy. And that's that control thing about everything. Not wanting things to change. That we say it's wrong or bad. You know, oh, this is bad. And not seeing it as an opening for something huge, which it always is. But when you battle it, it becomes suffering. That's what suffering is you're going against something and just really putting focus on it. So what are you going through right now that is very uncomfortable, that you're actually fearful of? You're battling. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to start putting this up. It's called Landria's Inspiration. You'll see it pop out. If you sign up for my email list, you'll get inspiring videos, maybe once a week or so. When events, courses, webinars, free stuff comes out, you'll be the first to know. And I offer discounts, and you'll get announcements, all the time. As I put things out. As of right now, I'm on hold for about 30 days as I complete courses. These courses are going to actually take you step by step through really getting you out of that conditioned thinking of this is how things are. And it should be a certain way. And I'm going to fight this. And I want it to stay this way. And I want answers. And we can't get out of that because our own ego is in control. We don't even know we're doing it, right? And that's why awakening is so important. You become aware. That's why Eckhart Tolle and other people, the power of now is so important because you're really focused on what's going on right now in this moment in my life. So when you're trying to manipulate, you want things to be a certain way, can you accept that that may not be the best thing for you? And you're okay with it? You can have desires. I had somebody email me, why people ask me for this stuff, I don't know. That, to me, it's like proof that they really are not understanding their power. this person is way past menopause and really not capable of having children anymore. Now, already has children, wants more children. I want eggs, so go adopt a child. I mean, I look at this and I'm thinking, so you are so focused on this thing that you need and you want, you have to have, maybe the universe is saying, if you're ready for a child, we have a child out there somewhere who really needs to be loved. Why does it have to be your child that you have to conceive? See, we don't understand. Things will come to us in different formats when we're ready. Maybe what she's feeling is that there's room for a child to be loved at this point in her life. And it's okay if it's not one that she conceived, because we're all one anyways. It's still her child, right? And so instead it's like, that's the ego saying, no, it has to be my DNA. Nope, that's my child. Gotta be, I have to have the baby. And so I look at things and I think, all right, what if it took a different format? Am I okay with that? Is it going to get me ultimately to the same place that I want to get to? So you really still are manifesting exactly what you want, but we don't think we are, because we're so set on it being a certain way with a certain person and a certain job and a certain income. If you say, I want abundance, I want wealth, I want to be happy, what if you had a really great job or money came to you, it wasn't the millions that you wanted, and you just had this really great life and you weren't worrying anymore about income, but it wasn't this, mansion and all the crazy stuff, because you asked for wealth and abundance. That doesn't mean crazy money in your bank account. Wealth and abundance can mean really being happy, and it doesn't necessarily mean millions. I don't know about you, but it doesn't take as much money for me to be, let's say, to fulfill my needs. I live much more simply. And the things that I used to think were, I needed or wanted, or, the vision board and stuff, I can pull probably 90% of that down and still go, probably won't even miss it. They're just nice perks. So I'm asking you right now, what is it you're defining in your life that you are unhappy thinking you're not manifesting, when actually it's all coming and you're just so set on controlling it in the way it's supposed to happen or whatever, that you're not recognizing you're getting it. The universe keeps trying to give you this stuff for your highest good. That job, I want that job. What if that job, if you were in it, was a nightmare? Turned out to be the worst thing. You got stuck there for 10 years. You couldn't get out and the economy changed, and then you couldn't get another job or whatever. What if you said, I want the right opportunity, the right job, the right relationship? It has to be her. Come to me, you will love me, you will love me. Please, get rid of that ego. All right? Get rid of the ego and just say, that's my ego talking. Is my ego wanting to control things? Is my ego looking for my best interest? No, it's always wanting things, and it's never happy. So remember that. If you're going with your ego and you get it, it will never be happy. You'll get there and go, oh, I'm not happy. And then, oh, so I'll get this, and then I'll get this. And that's a dead-end road. And at some point, hopefully, all of us then go, that ego is not my friend. That ego triggers fear. Fear's not your enemy. Ego's not your enemy. It's just something that exists that you either pay attention to it or not. Ego is what triggers the fear. Why? It has beliefs that are false. It has beliefs that the material world will satisfy you. It has beliefs that everything is what you see and not what you are in here. It has beliefs that it has to push its way and scream and yell to get things, because it doesn't believe that you actually have that unseen power that is everything, that brings every opportunity. So ask yourself, are you really getting what you need and desire that's best for you, and you're just not recognizing it? Maybe that relationship that I want, and you're saying, I want the best, highest good, and you don't get the relationship, girl, what went wrong? And the universe says, saying, what went wrong? You asked to be happy. You would have been miserable in that relationship. I can't remember who it was. It was Edgar Casey or some psychic was, guy kept asking, comes to the psychic. This is a true story, by the way. It was a pretty big name, and kept asking, you know, should I marry this person? And I think one of the few cases, Edgar Casey, if I have this right, said, no, it will end in disaster. And he wanted this woman so badly. Asked, you sure? I mean, I think she's ready. So he says, just marry her if you need to. Sure enough, he married. Within a few months, the guy was divorced and miserable. So maybe you have to be miserable and go through this stuff, and you're not listening to the universe because your ego wants that and thinks it's going to be okay, and the universe knows better. It's always functioning on your higher self. So when you go in here, you're getting answers from up here that are not attached to the material world. They're not making decisions on the material world satisfying you, right? Situations and people and things. When you go from the ego, you're blocking all of that, and so you're saying, that'll make me happy, this will make me happy. And when you go from here, it's sending you different stuff than the ego would want. And you may be rejecting it if you allow your ego to override that. So if you can separate these two and say, is that my ego really wanting things? And maybe, and it's always there. Your gut, your dreams, your signs are all showing up. I have had more signs about what I need to do, about my next step in life. And it's pretty darn huge. And my original plan, I realized, is not in my best, highest use. And that I need to expand again. And it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to embrace it. Because I never have anything to be afraid of. Uncomfortable, yeah. And I guess uncomfortable, I guess you could say, is, you know, a form of fear. But when you're listening to it, that's when it becomes real fear that, you know, debilitates you, blocks you. Or if you're watching it, that makes you uncomfortable. That's fear standing over here and you going, I know you're there. I'm not going to react to you. And I'm just going to allow you to be in the room because you're not my enemy. There's just remnants of a belief that, you know, doing certain things are you know, scary. And it's unknown. Again, you're going into unknown. If you don't live your life that way, you will die unfulfilled with no answers about what if. You don't have much time here. So absolutely accept the fact that when things are coming, you're probably getting exactly what you, no, actually you're always getting what you need. And if that's a lesson to say, listen, you know what, why you're broke? Because you think poverty, because you're sitting on your butt and expecting everybody else to do things for you, because you're asking other people to save you, and the universe is saying this is your opportunity to save yourself because you're the only person that has that power. What are you doing? What are you creating? What do you offer to have people want to come to you to pay you for your goods and services? What are you going to somebody and saying, you know, I'm going to offer this. This is fabulous. I can do this for you. And then that person's going to say, well, thank you, because you're giving, right? You're giving. They're going, well, let me pay you. And maybe they pay you more than you even would have expected. This is at the crux of everything here. It's beautiful. It's the giving, expanding, going out there, not listening to the fear anymore, not listening to the ego. It's huge. This is huge, people. And when you start to act in that mode and say, I'm okay with being uncomfortable. The ego never wants to be uncomfortable. It never wants to be sad. I've had people when Koo died try to fix it. They're not, I can tell they're not coming from where I am. I don't want to fix it. I lost something I loved. I lost this beautiful little animal unexpectedly. There's a reason for that. He served a beautiful purpose. I'm not going to question it. It doesn't make sense. I don't need it to make sense. I'm okay with being sad. I'm okay with crying. I'm okay with the human feelings that come along with that loss. I don't need to go listen to somebody fix it for me or eat foods to try and make it better. That's what we do. That's what the ego does. Fix it, fix it. I want it to go away, instead of saying, okay, I'm going to sit with this. I'm going to sit with this. I didn't get the person I love. Why? It's not right. They don't love me. I'm not on the same frequency as them. That's not my person, right? I didn't get the job I want. Whatever it is you're saying, I'm getting the job that's perfect for me. I'm getting the person that's perfect for me. Thank the universe. Thank you. You probably helped, save me from a divorce or whatever it is that might have happened, or save me from, being in a miserable job. We're not thinking that way. We're trying to control everything. So if you want a baby and you're, 70 years old, go get a baby. You don't have to have your own baby. You can get a baby. Do you want to be wealthy and abundant and happy? Let the universe send that to you, and don't judge what form that comes in. Oh my gosh, I can tell you right now, I can guarantee you this, absolutely beyond the shadow of a doubt. Absolutely. Because this is all we are. You will always get exactly what you need that is good for you, even when it doesn't feel good. And if you're not getting those lessons and correcting what is off whack so that you stop getting those things. I'm always getting this. Hello? Yeah. Are you what? Are you paying attention? You're always getting it. You're always getting it. The universe is saying, correct this, correct this. Then you'll expand out to this, and you keep going. This keeps happening. You're not changing anything to stop that lesson to keep coming. The universe is giving you exactly the most beautiful, awesome gift for you to change that. Change the thinking, change the beliefs. Get rid of the ego. Open up and say, okay, I surrender. When you do that, it's amazing. I surrender. Send me the greatest, best people, situations, abundance, whatever, in the format that is best for me, that's going to really, truly bring peace and joy and happiness. Isn't that what you want? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious and happy. It doesn't always feel like it, but that is the essence of you. You are a perfect, light, love being. That's all you are. Everything else is an experience of contrast. To recognize all of that, to really appreciate that, because you can't appreciate being perfect unless you've experienced the darkness. And Lord knows we've experienced the darkness. Hey, the person who has a problem with me saying Lord, it's in a very positive frame. It's not some weird thing, okay? So again, can we drop the judgment and all the garbage? Take this if you want it. If not, that's cool. Don't judge it. Do what you need to. Live that awesome, beautiful life because you deserve it. It's all waiting for you right now. You don't have to attract it. It exists right now. Blessings and abundance, peace and love to you, my friend. Send that out to the universe. Send it out over this planet. We're raising the frequency. Namaste.